So welcome back to the second half of the second semi-final of the Hula Hoops Women's National Cup. It's Meteors that lead Team Montenotte Hotel by 37 to 35. And Jess, how do you see the first half went, and anything on the stats that take particular interest?
But yeah, I think if you were to look at both teams, you'd have to say that Meteors definitely seem to be the more dominant and comfortable team. And I think a game like this, 35 and 37 will suit Meteors much more. They're a team who, I think they average 67 points a game, and they're very comfortable when the score is low, whereas Glanmire, really they're at their best when they're in the high 70s, and Glanmire have gone over 80 a good few times this year, and that's what Glanmire needs to do to win a score. But if Meteors, I think, can keep the score low, it'll be more in their favour. Just looking at the leading scorers there, Anya McKenna is actually leading the team with 10 points, and Grania has 9 now. She'll go to the line and try to get into double figures. And then for Meteors, Megan McGuinness is top scorer with 11 points. Yeah, 11 points for the half, so not a lot of really high scoring on either side.
Dwyer fails with a chance to tie the game. Had some full court pressure again from Glanmire, but broken again by Meteors, and Martins goes all the way to the basket, doesn't get the spin on the backboard, and Chantal Orford and the close scrutiny by Jay Daly, but bit of miscommunication as Mary Breen outruns the ball and it's out of bounds. Meteors ball.
Again, Glanmire just seem to be just a little bit offbeat with one another, just a few fumbles, missed passes. They'll really need to clean that up to try to close out this game.
Daly on the wing being guarded by Alford. Inside to Emily Leah. Leah with good defense from Dwyer. She gets handed a great effort from Alford, but she can't find someone to pass to, and Daly gets her hands on the ball. It'll be jump ball, but it'll be Team Montenotte Hotel. Ball on the tip, on the jump side, possession out.
Seen some really good hustle plays like that, both teams just putting their body on the line. You can tell how much this game and this occasion means to everyone.
So Green, Leah just backs off a little bit on 3-point line, and screened by Dwyer. Rockhall finds on the roll, that doesn't go, and Martins makes the rebound and finds Leah.
Usually as a point guard you'd kind of get in trouble maybe for throwing the ball up like that to a big post player, but you can see that Emily Lear has no problem handling the ball and is very comfortable catching it out there on the wing.
And right on cue, she does exactly that, puts the ball on the floor, gets the basket, and is fouled by Dwyer going to the basket, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
I think Emily Lear's college days will have stood to her in this game. She went to Villanova and they play a real 5-out pass cut set, so I'm sure she would have spent a lot of time practicing her skills on the perimeter as well as inside.
As she makes that free throw, it's clearly noticeable that she can do a little bit of everything for Meteors here. She's only 4 points, but she's goes to 6 points now along with her 9 rebounds. And it's Meteors lead by 3. Rockhall finds a cut in Dwyer, and Dwyer makes a great layup there. It's a great combination play between McKenna, Dwyer and Rockhall, and it's down to a 1-point lead.
That's really when Glanmire are at their best, when they get out running and then they get some good cuts and passes to each other, so they'd want to see more of that definitely in this half.
Martins finds McGuinness in the corner, doesn't make it. Rebound, Dwyer. McGuinness gets back with Rockhall, but good hands from Dwyer. She finds McKenna. McKenna pulls up for a short 2 off the dribble, and again nails her shot, and he's fouled by Megan McGuinness. And Anya McKenna is really keeping Glanmire in this game as timeout is called as Glanmire take the lead at 40 to 39. So beyond McKenna, Anya McKenna going to the line as Team Montenotte Hotel have taken the lead for the first time in the second half. It's 40-39.
And if I was to put my money on anyone making a shot to take the lead, I would put it on Anya McKenna, because she is one of those players that she just loves the big occasion. She always gets up for it, and she always loves the challenge, especially when, you know, maybe the odds may not be with her. I remember watching Anya playing in a cup final about 2 years ago, and she had sprained her ankle and missed like most of the season. But she hobbled down the court and scored about 17 points in about 15 minutes and won Glanmire the cup. So I'm sure they'd love her to do something similar tonight.
And McKenna's 3-point play has inspired Team Montenotte Hotel as Chantal Orford finds her way to the 3-point range. It's a 5-point lead as they all of a sudden have started playing offense, and Dwyer asks that it came off Meteors, but it came off Team Montenotte Hotel last, and it will be a Meteors ball. So just under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Meteors face really their first big test of this game as they trail by 5. They're playing some excellent basketball for the first 3 quarters. Leah takes a short jump shot, doesn't go. Dwyer gets the ball and the rebound. As Montenotte Hotel look to push the ball again. Dwyer finds open McKenna, back to Dwyer. Off the backboard, but doesn't get a call. Great defense and a combination of Leah and McGuinness, and here comes Emma Martin as she skillfully weaves through the defense. Leah, nice pass inside, but good recovery from Mary Breen, and call is last off Megan McGuinness.
Beth Meany coming into the game now for Meteors. She's another very quick, experienced guard, so I think Meteors will be looking to weather this little run here now by Glanmire. And I must say, even though Glanmire, you know, I think a little switch has gone off and they're starting to play a bit better, Meteors don't seem to be too phased, especially there, Emma Martin, the point guard, very calm, in control. Very impressive to see.
So Rocco finds open McKenna on the 3-point line. She takes it, doesn't go, but Rocco, great job of passing the ball, doesn't get it, as a combination of McGuinness and Martin. And Jay Daly fakes inside, but good hands from Alford, gets hands the ball, but Meany doesn't give up on the play, and she's fouled by Breen inside. And as you said, Meteors don't seem to be phased by going down 5 and have continued to play at the same level they've played throughout the whole game.
Definitely both teams making subs here now to try to keep these runs going. When you look at this game, it's really up tempo, you know, so many fast breaks. The players, they really have to be in good shape to keep it going. Miriam Byrne coming in here now for Glanmire, and Kate O'Flaherty's back in the game for Meteors. It's great to see such good depth on both teams. You know, it doesn't matter who's coming off the bench, they're all a scoring threat, and they all don't seem to be phased by a big occasion.
So Meany makes both of those and they put the press on, but well broken by the team from Glanmire, and they still lead by 3, 44-41. Rocco finds McKenna.
Glanmire starting to show a bit more patience now on offense.
And Byrne recently checked into the game, is called for an offensive foul as she sets a screen. Coach Mark Byrne calls out his instructions for the next play. So Flaherty starts the offense, and Meany on the wing finds an open Leo on the 3-point line. Good defense from Byrne, and helped out by Dwyer as a steal, as Dwyer looks to penetrate, gets to the gap and finds Rockall inside. Rockall, great manoeuvre on the ball, and another great fast break from two of the most experienced Team Montenotte Hotel players.
I think Grania's really switched on now, just in this last few minutes. You can tell she really wants to win this game.
Flaherty misses a 3. McKenna with a rebound. She evades Meany and finds Rockall, who looks for back-to-back baskets, doesn't go. But again, great defense from Grania Dwyer. Gets her hands on the ball, it'll be jump ball, but it'll be Meteors ball on the jumpers. We see Katie Kilbride checking back in for Emma Martin.
Yeah, Katie Kilbride gave them a lot of really good minutes early, so they'll be looking for her to do the same thing again. just watch the Meteors offense, you'll see they run a lot of kind of screens for Megan McGuinness, and it's interesting, Glanmire are keying in so much on Megan that it seems to be the other players are able to kind of find little gaps and get themselves open. So some really good offensive stuff from Meteors.
So they do that, they do hone in on Megan McGuinness, and McGuinness on 11 points in the game. Glanmire have done a pretty good job, Jess, as you say, of keeping her out of the game so far, but Meteors will still need her to score when it comes down to it.
Definitely.
Good hands from Dwyer, she reaches round on Beth Meany, and good pass from Byrne to Rockhall, and Rockhall makes that under the pressure from Kilbride, and she'll go to the line for the extra one, and again we see the speed of Glanmire on the break and finish on the end with Claire Rockhall.
Well, exactly. I mean, the big thing for Meteors is to stop that fast break, and I think a big reason why they were able to stop it earlier on is because they were scoring. You know, if you get in the lane and you finish, the other team can't come down in a fast break, but if you get in the lane and the defensive team starts to pick it up and get stops, it's very hard to stop the fast break, which is exactly what Glanmire will want. So I think for Meteors, they just need to calm it down again and make sure that whether they score or not, they get a good shot, and Glanmire don't get a deflection and get off to the races.
Rockhall misses the free throw. McGuinness up against Alford. She finds Meany in the corner. Meany, lovely short corner jump shot, and she brings it back to 5-point lead as Team Montenotte Hotel 48 as a steal from Meteors. We're currently 43. A nice pass. Meany goes to back-to-back baskets for Beth Meany, and it's back to a 3-point lead of 48-45 to Team Montenotte Hotel. Again, Meteors put that press on. This time, Rockhall breaks the press. Nice pass inside to Dwyer. Dwyer goes up and over Emily Lear, but is put off by the long arms of Lear, and here come Meteors again, but Alford with a steal here, and she's off to the races with no one to get back, and Alford finishes that, and it's back to a 5-point lead at 50-45.
Really could go any way, you know, down the stretch. They say basketball is a game of runs, but this is one of the, you know, games I've seen most recently that I really think both teams are having little mini runs of their own, and I think it's just going to be who can get it at the end when it matters.
And we saw that in one of the men's games earlier, as it was nip and tuck all game long, and as you say, a run in the last 2.5 minutes blew the game open, as another one of the young Team Montenotte Hotel players, Hayley Lenihan, checks into the game for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Hayley's a very confident young player again, just like many of the rest of the girls. She has no problem stepping up, taking a big three and knocking it down. So Meteors will have to be aware of that and be respectful of that, just as Glanmire have to be with all of their threats.
And Hayley Lenihan, along with Leslie Ann Wilkinson, Sarah Kenny, many other youngest general players, played in a lot of these underage finals and big events and the schools finals. How much does that prepare them for this kind of senior environment?
Definitely. Anytime you're on a big stage in a close game, it helps. And I think another big thing that's helped a lot of these kids is being exposed to Europeans, you know, in international competition. A lot of them would have played for Ireland, and it's great that they're able to do that as well and take their experiences back here, you know, to show people what they can do on the home stage.
Timeout call by Team Montenotte Hotel as they lead 50-46. So 2:56 to go in the second of the Hula Hoops National Cup semi-finals, and there's the backdoor play we talked about earlier, Jess, but it doesn't come off on that occasion.
That's very difficult trying to run that against, you know, some big players inside there like Emily Lear and a while ago when Carol Lloyd was in there. It's really got to be on the money.
So Karen Meany checks in for Megan McGuinness, and it's Team Montenotte Hotel that lead 50-46 with 2:45 to go in the third quarter.
Some more flex action here by Meteors. So automatic for them.
Leah puts the ball on the floor against Alford. Nice spin move. Yeah, maybe took one too many steps there.
She won't be happy with that. Great move. Unlucky with the footwork.
McKenna. There's a nice trap by Meteors at the halfway line, but McKenna avoids that with a nice crossover and finds Byrne. Byrne drives over the basket again. See the size of Leah just putting her off. Gets the outlet to Flaherty, and Flaherty forward to Kilbride as Kilbride finds Meany, who's just made a couple of those in the corner, but good passing from Meteors. Flaherty ends up taking a tough step back shot, but makes no mistake on hitting the long three after the step back of the dribble, and it's down to a 1 point game at 50-49.
She can make that shot. She practices that shot.
Dwyer finds Lenihan. As you talk about, hey, Lennon first. Look at the basket. She has no problem taking that and makes no mistake. She just hit the foot of the line to be 2, but it's a 3-point lead to Team Montenotte Hotel.
And again, you can see some really intense play here from both teams, while they have, you know, a lot of their starters on the bench. So both teams will be looking to make a big run again now in the fourth.
Lenihan makes no mistake and pulls up for another long two on the fast break, and the confidence of the younger players is astounding at some points.
It's really great to see, you know, regardless of either team. It's really great to see a young player coming in and just believing in themselves and knocking those shots down.
The foul called on Burns. She reaches in. We saw in the men's semi-final earlier, there was definitely a little bit of nerves from some of the younger players in the game, even though they're very experienced at the underage level and some of the best players in the country. Their first big men's cup final, but today, you know, Flaherty for Meteors, in Daly Martin, and then especially from Wilkinson, Sarah Kenny, and now we see Lenihan. No nerves at all by looks when they've stepped into the game.
No, I think maybe, yeah, there may be a bit of nerves at the beginning, but when you're going down to the wire in such a close game like this, I think all of the players, you know, they take themselves out of it and they just want to do the best they can for their team because it means so much to them. It's great to see them being able to perform on both sides.
Missed free throw by Leah. It's Team Montenotte Hotel 54, Meteors 49 with 1:08 to go in the third quarter. And Leah can't make that, but a good rebound by Meany. But good pressure from Dwyer, and that's backed up by O'Regan, who's just checked into the game.
One thing I do like about Amanda too, you know, she really shows her experience. She always seems to get in the right spot at the right time, whether it's on defense to get a hand on a deflection or get to a good spot for an open shot.
And Leah takes a rest, and Carol Lloyd steps back into the game.
Meteors really are relentless with this press as well.
And Lenihan has 6 points off the bench. I think she has the last 6 points for Glanmire, and really has added a bit of impetus into the Glanmire team as they lead by 7, 56-49. Lloyd in the wing, looking for a cut. Good defense from Rockwell, but Katie Kilbride looks for attack, and Meany caught in the corner with nowhere to go, managed to get the ball to Lloyd with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Definitely got away with a travel there. She took a couple of steps without dribbling the ball, but Team Montenotte Hotel won't mind too much now as they get the ball back.
You can see Meteors now taking off the press a little bit, maybe try to get back, get some stops, get out and running themselves.
So it's 56-49, 20 seconds to go. The 5-second differential as Alford takes a 3-point down. We've really seen Chantal Alford come to the party in the second and third quarters, finding a range from long range.
Definitely, lots of Glanmire players are stepping up in the scoring. I think they have 4 players now in double digits.
And as the clock ticks down in the third quarter, it's Team Montenotte Hotel that lead 59-49. So here we go. The final quarter will decide who takes on Callisto in that Hula Hoops National Cup final. Lenihan from the 3-point line. Oh my goodness.
She hits another one.
Hayley Lenihan, 4 shots in a row. She's 9 points in the game. Her first action coming with just 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And she's taken the game by storm as Team Montenotte Hotel leads 69-49.
There's still only a 12-point game, loads of time left, still anyone's game.
And Alford gets a steal to Rockall. They won't catch her, but she fumbles the ball and steps on the line. And Meteors, in a sense, kind of need that little bit of luck there to stay in this game. Could you feel if that had gone in with the start of the fourth quarter, it would have been a long way back for them. It is anyway at 13 points down against the champions, but if they can find that form they showed in the first half, they're still right in the game.
Definitely, and I think they'll need to get some big defensive plays coming down the stretch. I think Glanmire maybe were a bit unlucky with missing a lot of shots earlier on, and now they're starting to make them, so it's very important for Meteors to get out to the shooters and try to close out this lead.
Alford, whose defence has really picked up this second half, but Meany, she's been the constant scorer in the latter half of the third quarter, and it's now 62-51 to Team Montenotte Hotel, as Alford being guarded by Meany. In fact, it's McGuinness inside, but good hands from Leah, just gets a deflection, and here comes McGuinness to Katie Kilbride, and Kilbride finds Leah, and she'll find Meany in her favourite spot in the corner, and again Meany, who's 10 points in the game, I think all in this third quarter, has been relentless on the scoring front, but straight back Amanda O'Regan, but good defence from Leah, and Meteors with a score here.
Really good stuff on both ends there by Lear. Just her size, being able to see over the defence and make some passes, and then use her length to get a stop. I think she's been really important for Meteors today.
Dwyer looks to attack. Good defence from Kilbride. Alford on that 3-point line where she's been deadly in the second half. Doesn't make that one. Good hands from Dwyer, and it comes off McGuinness last. So with 8:09 to go, it's Team Montenotte Hotel 62, Meteors 53. Alford uses the screen from O'Regan.
Glanmire now starting to show a bit of poise on offence, moving the ball a bit better.
Lenihan turns down nut shot. O'Regan takes it from the far side, doesn't go on the shot clock. Rebound from Kilbride. Leah, Meany fakes the shot this time. Finds Leah. Leah continues dribbling, great pass inside to Meany, but Meany can't make it, but McGuinness takes the rebound, but she's nowhere to go, but gets it back outside, and a long shot from Kilbride, doesn't go again. Good hands from Meteors, and between McGuinness and Beth Meany, they managed to get outside, and this time Beth Meany can't make the long range jumper, and here Regan will have another chance in the corner, and this time she makes no mistake, and you have to say that one of the big differences has been the bench of Glanmire. When they've come off, they've not taken any time to warm up, they hit shots as soon as they've stepped on the court. Yeah,
they've come right in. I think Meteors are going to bring in some of their other guys that were doing really well for them earlier on as well, Emer Martin and Jade Daly. They'll definitely need to try to make something happen, get in the paint, kick out and knock some shots down.
Good pass inside there from Alford. Dwyer bounce, the ball comes off one of the Meteors' foot, and there come Martin and Daly, but Meany and Kilbride.
I think another player Meteors might try to go with again is Kate O'Flaherty coming down the stretch. She did a great job of creating her own shot and really making some ones from very far out, which they're probably going to need now if they're going to make a run.
So 6:53 to go in the game. It's 11-point lead to Team Montenotte Hotel, 64-53. O'Regan to Rockall, but again, the hugely impressive Emily Leo on defence. You would expect it from coming from such a high quality school as Villanova, but she showed, although she hasn't scored too many in the game, defensively wise, she's always been in the right position. A lot of deflections have been immense. She's
been everywhere for them, and really is a bit of a mismatch there for Grania, at a smaller size, trying to play in the post against Emily.
So Rockall takes the rest. McKenna comes back in, but again, Chantal Orford, you talked about, she's just kind of finding her feet in the island, but second half defensively she's been at the centre of everything for the team Montenotte Hotel have done.
Yeah, some of her first steps are, much quicker than you would expect. That time there, she jumped so fast for the ball, her headband flew off.
And Jay Daly makes it 2. So it's still a 9-point game, and certainly Meteors haven't gone away, and they've steadied the ship here. And Team Montenotte Hotel will have to continue this until the end of the game if they're to fight off Meteors, because Meteors have played some excellent basketball throughout. McKenna drives but finds 4 Meteors players in front of her, and here comes the smooth Emma Martin, and great pass from Martin to Daly, but Daly can't finish, and Alford makes that, and some great basketball from Martin, but
they really
need to make those.
They're going to really have to convert on those if they're going to make a run here, yeah, for sure. It's a case of too little too late, but hopefully they might be able to make up for it here with another stop. That's what they'll want anyway.
Dwyer, shot clock's on 3, takes a deep 3, doesn't go, and a foul called. Foul's called on O'Regan as both teams look to make subs, and I believe a timeout's coming, so a timeout for Team Montenotte Hotel as they lead 64-55. So 5:04 to go in the second of the Hula Hoops National Cup Women's Semi-Finals. It's Team Montenotte Hotel 64, Meteors 55.
I think Glanmire have really shown, especially the last quarter, that they just do have a lot of scoring threats. We talked about there, Matt, how Meteors may have shut down some of their leading scorers on the season, but it's very easy then for people like Hayley Lenihan and other younger players just to come in and step up, and that's got to be hard as a team. Like when you do your job and you try to shut people down and then other people hurt you, it's difficult to respond to that then. But they're not giving up, that's for sure.
No, and Beth Means continued her excellent score in the second half. She's 12 points in the game.
Really good defense there by Meteors, just everybody all around Mary inside.
The foul eventually called. I think it's gone against Fiona Meany. As Claire Rocco will come on for the excellent Hayley Lennon. She gets a huge round of applause, as she should, if she comes off. A massive 7 minutes for Hayley Lennon. She's 4 for 4 from the floor for 9 points, and probably the main reason, along with some good defense from Alford, that Glanmire have edged out to this 9-point lead.
Definitely, and certainly for Hayley and the team scoring wise it's important, but what I think is just as important is that Claire Rockall was able to get some really good rest minutes without hurting the team at all, and now you probably have one of the fittest, most athletic players in the country coming in down the stretch with fresh legs. So that's, I think, where maybe she's even made more of an impact for her team, Hayley, although she'll certainly be happy with all those threes.
And Jay Daly makes that basket. And certainly they will have to contain with the speed and athleticism of a fully rested Claire Rocco. It's Alford on a 3-point line. 5 seconds on the shot clock. McKenna, open 3. right on cue at the end of the shot clock where they need a big basket. No other person but Anya McKenna to knock down that three and extend the lead to 71-59.
Anya has had one of those dagger moments in pretty much every quarter, really, when our team needs it the most.
She goes to 16 points, and as always, quietly but effectively, just biding her time till she's open and not missing any of the big shots. And it's 71-59 with 3:08 to go, and Meteors now just really need to make an impact and make inroads into this score in this next minute or so if they're to get back into the game in the last 2 minutes.
Definitely. They really need to get a shot off here. I think they'll be looking for Megan McGuinness maybe to take a three, and then I think they need to probably go with some full court pressure and try to get some stops early and quick shots for themselves. It's really the only way at this stage.
Leah doesn't make the shot. Alford, who's become more and more influential as the game's gone on, gets the ball to McKenna. McKenna finds Dwyer, and Dwyer back out to Alford. Alford will take the three, and she hits it. And a timeout call from Meteors as they trail 74-59. So 2:53 to go. It's Team Montenotte Hotel that lead by 15 points.
It's funny to see, Glanmire are leading by 15 points, but they're just one of those teams where they never really back down. You wouldn't expect up 15 points to be pressing and then also to be taking quick three-pointers, but they just play the way they play, and it works for them. Always confident, always up-tempo.
Dwyer inside finds Marie Breen, and foul. It's gone against Beth Meany. It is Beth Meany, so Breen will go to the line for two shots. And a 15-point lead, 2.5 to go, with the experience of this situation that Team Montenotte Hotel have. Is it difficult or impossible for Meteors to get back in this one?
Well, I'd say it's never impossible. It's not over till it's over, but I think they'll really need some big, quick plays, especially I think from Megan McGuinness. She did a lot of good scoring for them earlier on in the first half, but I don't think she's made an outside shot in the second half, so she'll be looking to get maybe some quick ones off, maybe get something going. Other than that, I really can't see them chipping into this lead too much.
Dwyer missed the three, but therein lies the problem. The last two missed shots from Glanmire resulted in offensive rebounds. Another 14 seconds off the game clock, and McKenna again when needed makes the big basket, and at 77-59. It was right in the balance for a long time, but as Jay Daly goes to the basket when needed, Team Montenotte Hotel really stepped up the pace and they're scoring.
But you do have to give credit to Meteors as well. This game in the next 2 minutes could run out a 20-point victory for Glanmire, but both of us, and I'm sure everybody watching, will say that it really wasn't a 20-point win. It was a great performance by Meteors, and Glanmire got a run and got away.
Yeah, Meteors have been excellent throughout the game. As big round of applause for Chantal Orford and Grania Dwyer as they take a rest, and into the game is Eva Manahy.
There's Megan, tried to get one going, but unfortunately she couldn't get the roll on that. And again, it's funny to see, Glanmire up 20 points a minute to go, and they're still pushing the fast break as fast as they can.
Yeah, and Hannah McCarthy has also checked in for the first time today for Team Montenotte Hotel, as Sarah Kenny comes in, as Marie Breen gets a huge hand.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Scanlon is kind of emptying his bench a little bit now, giving the young ones a few minutes and taking off the starters.
I'm sure Coach Byrne and his team will be bitterly disappointed, but you have to say for 3/4 of the game they certainly looked the better team, and the team maybe most likely. But for you, who was the big difference? Was it that run from Hayley Lenihan, or just the all-round basketball that Team Montenotte Hotel have played in the late third quarter and fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think for sure Hayley gave him a big spark. I think she kind of gave the older players a bit of a wake-up call, and then they started scoring as well. Hayley was big, and I think Chantel really played some very good calm basketball in the second half, where she didn't rush anything, didn't force anything, but made some really big shots when it mattered as well. And I think you have to give a lot of credit, as always, to Anya. She does fly under the radar, but she's a true leader and a true point guard, made some big shots when they needed them.
Anya McKenna with 18 points in the game. The shot clock kicks down to 6. Wilkinson can't make that one, but there's 45 seconds left to go in the game, so it will be Team Montenotte Hotel as they lead 77-59. McGuinness still can't find her range. It will be in the Hula Hoops National Cup final. It's going to be Pyrabel Calesta versus Team Montenotte Hotel, as Claire Rockall gets a round of applause as she sits down, and Hayley Lenihan comes back into the game for one last swan song.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be a repeat of last year's cup final, and I'm sure Calesta will like it to be a little bit of a different result. Everyone will be excited for that in 2 weeks' time.
I think it was a big shock last year when Calesta made the cup final, but I don't think there's any surprise this year. They've had an excellent season, and first year head coach Carl Kilbride, and I'm sure Team Montenotte Hotel will be given everything they can handle on that day, and it will be a close run thing.
Well, definitely.
Could go either way.
Yeah, it's even in the league. Glanmire beat Calesta at home, and then Calesta beat Glanmire when they went up there, so it's all to play for now. That's what you want in a cup final, though.
Exactly. Hopefully we'll have a big crowd in National Basketball Arena at the end of January. So 9.8 seconds to go. It's 77 to Team Montenotte Hotel. Meteors 59. Jess, thanks for joining us today. It's a pleasure having your company and your insights into the game. One final word: the better team won in the end after being put to the sword a little bit by Meteors.
Definitely, yeah. But I don't think we'll see the end of Meteors. I think they'll be back and they'll have a great run in the league, and it's great to see the league being so competitive. So wish them well for the rest of the season.